Welcome back, viewers. In today's video, we are going to check out the Gecko Linux KDE rolling desktop. So we have done MS-DOS partitioning, and swap is there along with the Hibernate option, and BTRFS file system is used. So this is the login screen of a KDE desktop. So it is a typical login screen for all KDE desktops. And the X11 session is there, and you got also open box session available, and virtual keyboard is also available here. You can see it. And this is the password field. The username is showing the username that we configured, Sam. You got sleep option, restart, shutdown, and other option is there. So let us now input our password and get logged into the KDE desktop. It will take some time to show up on the screen as it is a first boot after installation. So the scaling of resolution is not done automatically. So we'll have to manually scale the resolution. So now we are logged into the KDE desktop. Let us first open the settings, system settings. There is some lag in the mouse. Where it is, yes, system monitor is that. No, that is system monitor. We will require the display. So what we can do, we will directly open it from here. Go to the display and monitor, and then we'll have to change the resolution to full HD. Yes, we will keep the resolution. Yes, now it looks better. Now the full screen is covered by the desktop. So the KDE desktop here has a language installer on the desktop. There is a KDE panel at the bottom. You have got the application menu. It is a typical KDE application menu. You have got the folders, that is the file manager called Dolphin, which is the default file manager for KDE. You got the Firefox web browser, and Expose is there. So it is a visual window and workspace manager. If you want, I will just show you. It will come up on the screen. There is some issue with the graphics. You can see it here. It is taking some time and to come up. Yes, so this is not working properly here in the virtual machine. Maybe it will work for you on the bare metal, but it is not working here for me. Before installation, the live desktop, it was working a bit more properly, but here it is altogether not working. So this is the advantage of doing testing in virtual machine. You will know what exactly which desktop will offer you what. So you can check out whether it will suit your test, it will suit your requirements, functional requirements. And now the Firefox is opening up. It will be also older ESR version of Firefox. So everything is taking little time here. Compared to other Gecko Linux desktop, this is taking more time. For all the Gecko Linux desktop in virtual machine, we had given 4 GB of RAM and at least 4 cores of the CPU. So all are equally given resources. And among all the Gecko Linux desktop, this is the slowest one. So the Firefox version is 103.0.2. So not the very latest, not the very old. And now let us go ahead. On the right side, you have got this minimize all windows button. Volume control is there. Even volume control is taking some time to respond. Network manager is there. This is the status and notifications standard. Notifications, clipboard, night, color control, power management, disk and devices, and the lock key status is there. And this is the calendar, the typical KDE calendar. Now let us go over to the development. In development, they have got Kate. Kate is a KDE text editor. In graphics, you have got GWenView, Color Paint, LibreOffice Draw, Ocular, and Scanlight is there. So all this is all typical KDE applications are there. I think this is the KDE standard desktop that they have implemented here in Gecko Linux. In internet, you have got the Firefox, KTorrent is there, it is a BitTorrent downloader, Pidgin is the chat messenger, and Thunderbird is there. In multimedia, you got the Clementine VLC media player. So both two media players are there. There is no audio player given here like Rhythmbox. They only given the two media players. So VLC can play both audio and video files, and Clementine is a video player. In Office section, you got the complete of LibreOffice suite is there. Let us check out the version of LibreOffice suite. Meanwhile, we will go ahead, and Ocular is there. Ocular is a document viewer. So now, yes, it should come up. It should be 7.1. Yes, it is the later one. That is the newer version of LibreOffice suite, that is 7.3.4.2. In some of the desktops, the older versions are used. In some desktops, the newer. So the Gecko Linux desktop based on Leap, OpenSUSE Leap, have the older versions of applications, and the Gecko Linux rolling series have the latest application packages. So because it is based on the OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, so this desktop is based on OpenSUSE Tumbleweed. That's why it has got the latest, quite latest version of application packages. So we will check the settings later. System and settings. First, go to the utilities. So in utilities, you have got the Arc is the archive manager, Kate is there, K calculator is there, K find is there, Sax is there, and the Spectacle is there. So Spectacle is a screenshot taker. And in power session menu, you got just log out, switch user, sleep, hibernate, restart, and shutdown. So now we will go one by one. SAX3. Now let us open the SAX3. So you have to input your password. It is just some configuration for the peripherals. It will come up. Yes. So let us go over with the monitor. Let us see what they have got for the monitor. So here in this SAX3 setting, you can do the mode setting for the display driver. You can see it here. You can select between the mode setting and the FBDev. You can select the resolution of the display. You can select the depth of the display, that is 24-bit or 16-bit, and you can enable the advanced settings like horizontal sync rate, vertical sync rate, x-axis, y-axis, and the refresh rate for your display using this. So this SAX tool is to configure your keyboards, desktop, and display. So we'll again go to the SAX3. Again input your, every time you enter into this SAX3 application, you have to enter your password, sudo password. And in touchpad, let us try out the touchpad. So we will do two. I will not do everything. So here you can emulate the mouse button 1, 2, 3. You can enable the vertical edge scrolling, horizontal edge scrolling, 2-finger vertical scroll, enable 2-finger horizontal scroll, and enable circular scrolling also. And circular scrolling location is top edge, which edge of the your touchpad. You can configure it here. So let us try to do 2 fingers vertical scroll. Yes, it is working. You can see it here. I am putting 2 fingers on my touchpad and dragging them upwards. So the mouse pointer is also getting dragged upwards. Vertical, then horizontal. Horizontal is not working, but vertical scroll is working. So you can try out more things with the SAX3 application. Now let us go over to the system settings. So this is a typical KDE system settings. You can see it here. There are two themes, light and dark. Animation speed is at medium. You can change wallpaper. You can have more appearance settings. You can have more behavior settings for the clicks and all those things. So what we will do is, let us try to change the wallpaper. So only 2 wallpapers are there. We will have to add more wallpapers. So we can go and get some wallpapers from the internet. So there are different wallpapers already available. Let us try to install few of them. This should also look very good. And now let us go over to the KDE Plasma wallpapers. This one I will do 3 or 4, not much. Yes, this one will look very nice. We will take the lighter one. Yes, I think yes, the wallpapers are installed. I will close this. What we will do is we will minimize the settings and then we will try to apply the different wallpapers. Check out the results. Yes, this looks very nice, very warm and welcoming wallpaper. And then this wallpaper is there. This should look very nice. Yes, this looks awesome. Very soothing for your mind. Then this wallpaper. This also looks very nice. Very balanced colors. And this is the nature wallpaper that we are going to apply finally. So this also looks okay, not that great. It was looking much better in the preview, but when we actually applied, this wallpaper is not looking that good. So either we can keep this or we can keep this. Let us try to keep one wallpaper. This one is okay. Let us try this. I think this will look better. Okay, so I think we will keep this wallpaper. Now let us come back to the system settings. And there are some more appearance settings. So here you can see the 3 themes are available, global themes, that is breeze, breeze dark and the breeze twilight. You can also have more global themes from here. Then you can have the application styles. So these are the different application styles available. I will do a quick review. I will not go in detail. We have done it many times. So you can see here the different plasma styles: air, breeze, breeze dark, breeze light, new mix. Right now the new mix is selected and the oxygen is there. In colors, you can see here the different colors for the windows are there. So breeze, breeze dark, breeze light and new mix. So right now the new mix is selected. In window decorations, breeze and plastic are there. Right now plastic is selected. In fonts, you can have a great number of fonts. So right now the Ubuntu family of fonts is selected and applied. In icons, breeze and breeze dark are there. Of course, you can install many icons from the icon file and you can get many icons from the internet. Cursors, only 2, breeze, breeze light is there. Breeze is selected right now and you can install from the file, cursor file, and you can get new cursors directly from the internet. And this is the launch feedback. So you can configure the launch feedback for the cursor, task manager, and you can stop animation after 5 seconds. So whenever you open any application, it will enable the animation and you will see animation for the cursor, the task manager, and you can stop the animation after given number of seconds. And now font management here. It will show you all the fonts that are installed on the system and you can add and remove the fonts from here. Splash screen, so you can configure the splash screen, the wallpapers, how it looks, how it behaves from here. So right now only breeze and the non means there is no splash screen. So right now there is no splash screen. So you can configure to have a splash screen from here and get more splash screens also. Startup and shutdown settings are there. So the login screen, there are variety of login screens available. Breeze for OpenSUSE, Ilarun, Maldives and Maya. So you can choose any one of them. Breeze is right now set. Okay, so I think yes, auto start, you can configure the auto start. You can have some applications that will auto start with the system. You can configure the background services. You can configure the desktop session. These are all the settings for the desktop session. I will go now in search. You can have a file search. You can have a plasma search. You can have web search keywords. So you can see it here. All the different standard keywords for important websites. You can see it here. In personalization, you got the notification settings, the user settings is there, regional settings, accessibility settings, applications, You can also configure your online accounts, connections, settings. You can configure the input devices like keyboard, mouse, game controller and touchpad, display and monitor. You can configure your audio settings. You can also scale up your display. There is a global scale. You can save the display properties. In audio, you can do the configuration of playback devices, input as well as output devices. Multimedia, you can configure the audio CD and CDDB retrieval. CDDB is nothing but the CD database. So it contains the database for the different CDs. All what the CD contents are there, all those things is there. The FLAC encoder is there, or Vorbis encoder. So you can use these encoders while writing to the CDs. Power management is there. You can see it here. You can do the power management, energy saving settings, activity power settings, advanced power settings. Everything is available for you to configure. Bluetooth settings are there. So right now no Bluetooth adapter is there. It is working in virtual machine. So the Bluetooth adapter is not found. I have not configured. There's pass-throughs are there. So we can configure the peripherals to work with the virtual machine. But I don't do it because it takes some more time. And anyway, we are just doing a what we can say, we are just doing a review, so it's okay we don't do it. Is also okay if we do it, because all these configurations will take some more time. And this is the removable storage settings. So what you can do with the device, removable devices that get attached to the system, then what automatic actions should be taken, that is to be done from here. About this system, yes, so the KDE Plasma version is 5.25.4, frameworks version is 5.97, Qt version 5.15, kernel version is 5.19. So in the Leap version it was older, I think 5.13 was there, here it is 5.19. And the graphics platform is X11. So it is using the X11 server system, display server, and not the Wayland. Wayland is I think not available here. And in the YAST, you have to just input your password. So the YAST is you can say configured along the KDE system settings. So you can access YAST via the KDE system settings, and you can also access YAST directly from here. So you can go directly from here and access the YAST, or you can do it from the KDE system settings also. Yes, now what I will do is, let us try to do the file system snapshots. Let us try to take a manual snapshot of the system. You can see here, after the installation, the YAST snapper has taken one, what we can say, snap of the system. Now we can create a new snapshot. So the main focus of this video is the quick look around of the KDE desktop in the Gecko Linux KDE rolling desktop, and the creation of snapshot. So for creation of snapshot, you have to use this YAST file system snapshot or the snapper application. Open it and hit the, and also you can check what changes have been done in the each of the snaps that are taken. So for this snap that is already there, we have to check what the changes have been done. So you have to hit the change button. So this snapshot is not paired with any post one yet. Show differences is not possible, because what happens is the YAST snapper will take two snaps, so one before the change and one after the change. So if there is some big change, some considerable change to the system, it will take one snap before the change occurs and one snap after the change occurs. So you can know the differences. So it will show the delta between the two changes. So right now only one snap is there, so it cannot show the difference. But first we will create a new snap, and then we will check for the differences. So then it will show the changes. So I will just create a snap. So we can give it any name. So we can write the fresh install. So this is the description of the new snapshot. So do you want to take a single snapshot, or you want to take a post? So we can go with a post also. So user data cleanup algorithm is there. So you can also specify the cleanup algorithm or the number. So we will just keep it like this, and let us take a snap. What happens, let us see. So here you can see the snap has been created pre and post. Now you have to show changes. So I think there is no change because the system has not changed anything. So what we will do is I will just now cancel the snapper. First, what we will do is let us try to install something. So we will open the YAS software. We will install something. For example, let us try to install Rhythmbox, and then we will try to uh, check out the differences. It will show us the change that the Rhythmbox. Yes, we can skip this. So first time the repos are getting updated. We have to trust the JPG key manually. We will install Rhythmbox and then we will check what is the change in the snapper. Even if we do the update also, then also the snapper will show us the difference. Okay, so there is some error in the repository initialization. Okay, so now what we will do is let us try to search for some package Rhythmbox. Let us try to do Rhythmbox. Okay, so I think we'll have to so here you can see the repositories, system repository, Google's Chrome, Google Doc plugin, Pacman, Tumbleweed, Skype stable, Tumbleweed OSS, Tumbleweed OSS updates, and Tumbleweed non-OSS. So just a moment, what happened? I will close this for a moment right now. We will open the software management again. So this is how it happens whenever you do a fresh install. The first configuration of the system is done every time you open the YASP. We'll close this. Let it load the configured repositories. Okay, so let's see about this. The YASP was running. So what we will do is let us try to find. Okay, let us try to find the packages. I think the update is required or what? Okay, we will accept what is done. Let us try to accept it. So there will be some updates, I think. Even with the updates, we can show you the change in the system. So that change will be reflected. You can see the updates are now coming. So let the updates happen. Then we will again go back to the snapper. Okay. So the microcode for AMD is getting installed. You can see here some patterns, some 3-4 applications were installed. That is the patterns, glibc, hardware caps, KMU guest agent, Spice VD agent, and Ucode AMD were installed. So we will finish this. Now let us go back to the snapper. Now the snapper will show you the changes. You can see it here. Since the system update has occurred, so you can see here 2 times we run the YAST software. One time there was change in the system, so the Zyper, that is the update sudo Zyper, has been run, and some packages, 4-5 packages were installed. The user data has not changed, so it is not important for the user data, so there is no change in user data. So here you can see it here, it will show the changes. So you can see here, it will show exactly where the changes are occurred. So it has changed the init RD, so it has changed the boot image of the kernel. It has done change to the XDG auto start. So this is where the change is done, and the Spice VDA agent desktop has been updated. And the user domain, there are some changes to the bin, that is the exe executable folder. So KMUG GA and the Spice VDA agent have been updated. In the library section, following changes have been done. So the firmware folder has been upgraded, firmware library folder, and AMD Ucode new files have been written there. In the system image, you can see here, in the RPM section, the index.db and the packages.db, that is the databases for the index, package index, and the packages have been updated. In systemd, the system folder, or we can say system section, has got update with these 3 new packages. So these are all for the virtualization. And in the user, the Spice VD agent.service has got updated. In the temp files, it is also showing the change in the temp files. So the Spice VD agent.configuration file has been updated. In UDEV, the rules.d, the rules daemon for the UDEV has been updated with 70 Spice VD agent rules and the KMU rules. And in the SBin, system bin, RC Spice and the Spice VD agent D has been changed. And in the share, user share, the doc files, so the manuals have been written for the patterns VD agent. You can see it here, the text files, the log, change log files, all have been updated. In GDM, the greeter has been updated, the auto start for the greeter. So the Space VD agent desktop. In licenses, there are some updates to the Spice VD agent and Ucode AMD. So the license files have been updated. And in the man, that is the manuals, the man one. So here you can see the manuals have been updated for the manual database. So this is how the snapper works. I have shown you how the snapper works, and you can see it here. So the system update got a change in the files, and those files change. You can see it from show changes. Similarly, if you do the installation of any application packages, then also the snapper will work in similar way. And after the installation is done, you can go check, select the appropriate snapshot, and then you can click on no changes to show the what changes have been done to the system. So it is very great way. I use OpenSUSE for many years. I think 7-8 years I have used OpenSUSE. Nowadays I am using Debian, but earlier there was a time when I was using only OpenSUSE. So these all applications I have used many times, and they are very much helpful. So system, if there is any issue with the system, you have to just select the latest snapshot from the grub menu itself, and then you can boot into that snap, and then you can open the snapper and delete the new changes. So the new changes also will be deleted from your system. So suppose there is an issue with this, say this snapper, it has created a problem. So when you boot during the grub on the grub screen, you have to go and select the snapper exact snapshot which was working. So suppose this snapshot was working, so in the grub menu itself I will select this snapshot, that is YAST single, boot into that snapshot. The system will boot with that snapshot, and then in the once the system is up, you have to open the file system snapshots and delete the latest snapshot which was causing an issue, and that snapshot will be deleted, and all the changes that were done to the system during that change will be deleted, and the system will be again healthy. So it's very beautiful system they were designed. So all changes will be lost. Yes, you have to say yes, and you have to close this. So I think we have done a detailed review of the Gecko KDE rolling desktop. It's great, it is light, but it is little sluggish than as compared to the other Gecko Linux desktop that you have tested. So only now the Gecko Linux Mate rolling desktop is to be checked, that we will do in the later video. After this we will get the Mate desktop rolling release review, and we also specifically checked the how the snapper works. I have shown you in detail how the snapper works and what are the possibilities, how to keep your system healthy using the snapper and the file system snapshot. So with that, I will stop the video here. See you in the next video. Bye bye.